Imagine loving something so deeply that you're willing to fight for it, even when you don't see the value. That was football for me. Women's football in the Philippines. And if I'm being very honest with you, there were days that I even questioned my own choice. But I love it, even when there were a lot of uncertainties around it. I grew up thinking I would live a traditional life, the usual finish school, get a work from 9 to 5 in a corporate world. I was just enjoying the sport. But it even got me a scholarship in De La Salle University. And I was like, wow, free school. May ganun pala. But then I realized that was what society was telling me. Deep down, I knew I could not imagine my life sitting in an office in front of a computer. I wanted football to be my job. But how? There's no professional league here. The only way to do that was to go abroad. And and I was like, oh nga no, why don't we have that here? We have so many good players and they all have to stop after college. And with the success of the national team, it's evident that women's football should be invested in. If the men have a professional league, why can't we? So I had a plan in my head. I wasn't telling it to anyone, but I am a visionary. I could just see so much potential in the sport. And with the performance of the national team, we could use this to progress and grow the sport in the country. But how again? What could I even do? In life, we could only control one thing: ourselves. So that's what I did. I showed my heart and belief for myself, the sport, and the country by playing football. I believe that I would win at least one UAAP championship. I believe that the Philippines will get to the World Cup. I believe that one day I will also get my own SEA Games medal. And I believe that we should have a professional league here. So I made sure that when someone sees me play, they don't just see my passion, but they feel it. That's how I became a leader of my own to leading a nation. The first time I wore the flag on my chest, I felt something deeper, a deep sense of pride and responsibility to represent the country I was born in, the country I love the most, despite everything. I remember the first time I was named the captain of the team. That was in 2015. I was 21 years old. 21. What does a 21 know about leading a nation? I was spiraling. I was thinking, I can't do this. I was asking my coach, why not a more senior player? I'm too young for this. It's a huge responsibility. I was all over my head. But she turned and said, why not you? You always displayed a good head over your shoulders, and it showed every time you played and trained. And I swear I was just blacking out. I was just staring at her face, thinking of 100 reasons why I shouldn't be the captain. But then when I left the meeting room, I let it settle. And then I thought, if I don't do it, then who would? If my coach and the people around me can see that about me, why can't I see it myself? This was no longer about me. There's one person that has your jersey and your number doing this right now. One out of millions of Filipinos around the Philippines and the world. One. Let that sink in. You carry the hopes and dreams of our people. This was about every young Filipina who loves football but doesn't see herself represented. This was about little girls and little boys quietly thinking, maybe I can too. Representation matters. And I wanted to be someone attainable. And I took that to heart, especially as someone who was born and raised here, because I learned everything I know about the sport here, and I became the person I am because of it. And I want that to be enough. More than enough for them to believe that if I was able to do it, they also can. When a country sees its people competing fiercely, it inspires the nation. It changes how we see our sons and daughters and ultimately sports. The entire country grows stronger. But loving the sport wasn't enough. It is fun, but it wasn't enough. The secret to longevity, to anything you're doing, is your purpose, your why. When you know your why and you believe that with your whole being, that gets you through anything. Your actions will align to your purpose even without you trying because it's embedded in you. Your commitment defines your discipline, and my platform is football. That's where my passion is. So I ask myself, what is my why? How could I use my passion and skills to contribute and make our world a little better? My why is to grow the sport in the country, to pave the way for the future generation, and to make every kid that sees me believe that they can achieve anything. The road was not easy. There were so many days I wanted to stop and give up, question my own decision to keep pausing my life for the national team. By this time, I had already graduated college, and the expectation was to get a job. And guess what? I didn't. I found every reason to keep playing, worked on myself so anytime the national team calls, I will be the first to be there. I just felt that my purpose wasn't done yet. I was fortunate enough to have supportive parents, but of course, they had their doubts too. They questioned many of my decisions and even my commitment to the sport because in reality, there is no future. My bread and butter is my body. There's no money. It's so unconventional. It probably felt like a suicide mission for them that I gave so much of my time and my life to the sport in the country. Those conversations hurt me. They hurt me a lot. But not because they were cruel, because they were true. So I keep asking myself, why is this fire in me so strong? Why me? I can't even explain it. But I always just tell myself, tiwala. Tiwala, I'm gonna make this worth it. I even had it tattooed because that's what I hold on to when my journey gets tough. And it really was tough. I sacrificed a lot of my family time. I had a different childhood compared to my schoolmates, lost family members along the way, missed important events of family and friends, endured many injuries and a surgery, and had countless of hours crying because of just following my dreams has brought me. But it also gave me so much more than the bad days did. It gave me more than I ever imagined and needed. I got to know myself in the process of growing with the sport. I learned many important lessons and values I will hold throughout my lifetime. My journey has shaped my character, something I'm very proud of. It showed me the world, not just where I went to, but the world within me. I met so many people that touched my life in different ways, experienced different cultures that opened my eyes about humanity. It taught me what love really meant, that it's more than just a feeling, but an action. Now that my why was clear, I needed to make it a reality, or at least try. When we set goals, we always have to be realistic. And I always say, dream big. But when we say big, we often overdo it. We skip those little wins that lead to big feats. Those little wins are the steps to bring us closer to our big dreams. And those little wins are where we grow and learn the most. It's when you become daring and vulnerable. It's when you create opportunities for yourself and eventually, for me, the nation. Pandemic 2020, everything stopped. There were a lot of uncertainties, and I thought football was done for me. When everything around the world started to slowly restarting again, the dream of making it to the World Cup ignited, and I couldn't let it go. Even if we had stricter protocols here, I didn't let that stop me from making things work. So I called our team manager and I said, "Sir, I believe we can make the next World Cup, but we have to do something right now. Because if we don't, this opportunity might not come again. Can you help me?" He didn't question me. He believed me and then asked what I needed. And the rest was history. We eventually qualified to our first ever FIFA World Cup. We even beat New Zealand, one of the host countries. And I then understood the question I had back in 2015. If it wasn't me, then who would do it? Because it had to be me to be the one to do all of this, to hold on to that belief, to fight for it when it was so much easier to leave, to love it wholeheartedly, even when it wasn't loving me back. I had to fight behind closed doors, did the work no one saw, just to make our dreams a reality, to give the future generations something to strive for. And now they do. They just qualified to their second World Cup just a couple of days ago. It took me 18 years to win 3 medals for the Philippines and to step on football's biggest stage. It took me 18 years to understand and fulfill my role in Philippine football as a player. And I'm proud to say that I ended my 18-year journey with the national team as a SEA Games gold medalist. That's what doing everything with love brought me, because love amplifies the impact. It goes beyond what we see. It moves people to believe and endure challenges it brings. So, to every student here, whatever field you choose it with courage. Lead in your own way and stand firm in your values. Work when no one's watching, believe when no one's clapping. Because the future of this country does not belong to the most comfortable, it belongs to the most committed. Wear your dreams like we wear our flag, with pride, with honor, with responsibility, and with love. Thank you.